are seeing the rise of AI-generated content and AI agents. How do you think AI will reshape digital ownership, gaming economies, and the future of work in the metaverse and the real world?
Wow, I mean, this is a big topic. We think actually Web3 and AI agents and AI in general are actually very intertwined. When you think about what is a natural currency for an AI agent, it's going to be crypto. AI can't open a bank account, they can't sort of navigate something like PayPal. A digital native thing like basic crypto tokens is natural. The other thing also is that AI agents, when you talk about sort of having agency, you can't actually have that when you don't have power. But now, because basically crypto AI can generate tokens, can buy tokens, can give tokens, actually that makes them powerful. And we're already seeing an age where today people are already kind of working for the AI because the AI is essentially giving them a kind of an airdrop. So I think it's very intertwined. It's really exciting. I'm particularly also excited not just on financial side, but also on the gaming side. I think gaming AI is actually going to be a really big thing, in particular towards the end of the year.
Okay. Animoca Brands has invested in hundreds of Web3 projects. What's one emerging trend to technology that excites you the most, but you feel the world is still underestimating?
Yeah, so Animoca Brands has invested in over 540 companies today. And I would say the one trend that is underestimated is education. Education is a $5 trillion space and projected to be $10 trillion, much larger than gaming, one of the most sort of deepest financial ecosystems when you look at endowments, grants, student loans. These are massive. And today, Animoca with Open Campus is probably still the only company in crypto, in Web3, that is actually trying to tackle this. But it kind of reminds me a little bit of gaming. When we entered in gaming in 2017, 2018, everyone thought, what is gaming? And of course, today, gaming has become one of the biggest growth areas of Web3.
What's the biggest misconception people still have about the open metaverse or Web3 gaming, and what would you say to shift their perspective?
The biggest misconception people have about the open metaverse is that they think it's related to Facebook. And the fact that, because they renamed themselves to Meta, and so if Meta's metaverse isn't doing so well, then they think the open metaverse is kind of the same thing. For the people in Web3, one of the things that's happening as well is that people associate success with the price of a token. So if the token doesn't go very high, then they think it's not successful. But actually, that's not true at all. When you think about Web3, we have now in the Web3 gaming metaverses 6.6 million daily active players. That's actually much bigger than a year or two ago. However, when you compare to the token prices compared to AI agents, it's much lower for the time being at around $16 to $18 billion of combined market cap. But again, there's a utility which is much bigger in gaming. And we think, again, at the end of the year, gaming will have its big moment again, led by things like Grand Theft Auto, as in GTA 6, and the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2.
What advice would you give to developers who are excited about Web3 but feel uncertain about where to start? What's the biggest opportunity you see for new builders today?
I would generally tell any builder that when you think of Web3, think of it a little bit like joining the internet back in the 90s, because it's that open. At the end of the day, when you talk about on-chain, it's still a very small percentage of the world, right? In terms of penetration on-chain, maybe 80 million, 100 million maximum. It's not that big. So essentially, any application goes. But what I also want to tell people is that you can't just copy what someone else is doing. You should do something that you're passionate about, and then you'll find a way to solve that. But you first have to learn about it. Web3 is not just a technology. It's not just like blockchain as a distributed ledger. It's a culture. And like with any type of culture, you have to join it and learn it and be part of it. I remember when, I live in Hong Kong, and back in the 90s, a lot of people would comment to me about China and how the growth seems strange and they don't understand it and all that kind of stuff. And I keep telling them, you have to come to Hong Kong, you have to come to China and visit and take a look for yourself. And they didn't come visit. And for those who didn't visit, they were trying to do business in China and then they had problems, no different than in Web3. You can't do business in Web3 unless you're in Web3, except you don't have to travel there physically. You can just open a wallet and be there. So you have to be part of the culture. You have to understand it first. So I encourage everyone to just come visit Web3 first, and buy your first token. Don't spend a lot of money. Buy some NFTs. Be part of the community. Learn about the culture first before you go headlong and head deep into it.
Okay, thank you so much.